look a bit rough because I just woke up. If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I'm a home educating mum of 5 in the UK. I'm mostly doing chatty stuff on here now, but on homeschool stuff and just general parenting, chatting and grumbling. But if you want to gain access to my raw, unfiltered, large family homeschool vlogs, or to just support my channel so I don't have to get a job in Iceland, I'm going to link my Patreon below. And it's £3 a month, and I upload as often as I can. And I probably overshare on there, to be perfectly frank with you. Anyway, the topic I want to discuss today was, are home educated children too naive? Somebody was asking on a homeschool group a couple of weeks ago, like, if home educated children were too naive, are they too sheltered, which I take as, are they too sheltered, because they're not forced into uncomfortable but toxic situations, etc, etc, like they would be at school. Now, I don't see, it depends on the individual family, but personally I don't think home educated children are that sheltered. I think it's just they showed that they don't have to put up with stuff, which is not a bad thing. See, when you are going to come across bullies anyway, you're going to come across toxic people anyway, you're going to come across situations you'd rather not be in anyway. The difference between home educated children and school children is, when you're at school, you're told you have to put up with this, you have to go every single day, this is just the way it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. I know, I went to school. And home educated children, if someone's a bully, well, one, because they're not facing it every single day, they can see it as abnormal behaviour, which is what I want. I want my kids to grow up and see somebody behaving in a horrible way and think, whoa, that's not normal behaviour. Whereas at school, because you face it all the time, it just becomes the norm, doesn't it? But anyway, you know, you can avoid these people. You don't have to deal with it. You can remove yourself from people or situations that are harmful. And also, I think if you're not forced into that every single day and ground down by it, and you are exposed to them things in a sort of safer way, you have more confidence to deal with them situations, rather than just being like, oh, I've got to put up with this, or oh, maybe they're right, maybe I am fat and ugly, or whatever. They've got more confidence to be like, hang on a minute, this isn't right, shut up. That's my personal opinion. And also, what's wrong with children being naive? As soon as you get out in the world, real life is going to smack you in the face several times. So what's wrong with them having a nice time? Living life on a more naive basis until they have to face these things. Isn't it better, in a way, that you minimise toxic behaviour and bullying and other things that are going to crush their spirit until they're old enough and big enough to have enough spirit to protect themselves, rather than dragging them down at a young age? That's just my opinion. And, you know, you could argue that home educated children in real life more often. I mean, I always say this to the kids, because they have to deal with bullies. I always have to say, you know, if you was at school, you'd have to face that kind of thing every day, whereas now you can just go and you'll come across bullies when you're grown up as well as when you're a kid. Although I have to say, when we're talking about naivety, I've been having a few thoughts lately, because my oldest is now a teenager and the second one's going to be a teenager in a couple of years, and I was thinking, you know, the things you're exposed to at secondary school, shall we say, and the conversations you're exposed to at secondary school, he's not exposed to that sort of thing. And I was sort of thinking, is that a good thing or a bad thing? You know, is he going to be too naive in that sense? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? And then And then I thought, well, no, actually, because when I was at secondary school, a lot of the crap on that kind of topic, that kind of thing, turned out to be rubbish anyway. Or they were lying. And one of the things I wanted to avoid with them not going to school was to avoid those kind of conversations and things like that. So I don't need to doubt myself now, as long as he's aware of the facts and things like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think home educated children are too naive at all. And I don't think, if we've chosen a life for them outside of school, I don't think it's constructive to be comparing our children to children that do go to school, because that isn't the point here, is it? Anyway, I hope that made sense. I've got to go because, children.